Okay, today we're gonna be learning how to make doors. Just regular doors, like how you would interact with it. Just like a regular sliding up and down door, and also a door with a button. You know, you would click a button and the door would go up. So it's not that hard. It's not that hard. Here, let me change my increments. Me personally, I like to use 0.05, mainly because I could. It's like not completely like, you know, just free. It like actually makes me like, you could do little little increments like that. Okay, so first you want to make two parts. So you see, like, I did this right, one and two, just two parts for this light bulb. Then you could also have audio if you want to have it on the door. Let me turn my volume down. That's too much right there. Okay, so now, yeah, make your door actually. And play it. Okay, so now what you would want to do is you want to texturize these. And when you texturize these, this is gonna make the it's gonna wire the door basically. That's how he has, the creator of Town, uh just has that wiring system as. And by the way, Town debug is no longer. They basically put Town debug into Town, so now regular Town has sliding doors and stuff. So yeah. So this one, you want to press G, and then usually it'll be set at decal. You don't want a decal, you want a texture. So you mainly want to, the side, you mainly want to always have it at the front. So, okay, these are really, really important right here. This is deciphering like which one it is. So like whether this is the second one, the second wire, the first wire, third wire. And this is telling you how fast it's going to receive. Usually, uh, usually you want to have it at a lower thing than two, because I mean it's gonna take 2 seconds for it to like react. So when I press E, on this, it's gonna take 2 seconds. So it's gonna be at one, two, and then it's gonna do its thing. So it's gonna be like 2 seconds. So say if I press E right now, like that, it's gonna be like one, two, and then it's gonna be up there. So like that. But yeah, you always want to have it at a lower thing than 2 seconds. Mainly, you could do zero point 0.5, you know, anything that floats your boat. So but you always want to have the one that's below at 1, the bottom block at 1, the bottom wire at 1. And also, you always, pretty much for every single wiring, you always want to have negative 500. Always negative 500. Always, 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 always negative 500. So when you have that, so then that would be good. And then you want to move over to this block. You want to do the same thing pretty much, and just leave this repeat at 2, because this is the second wire. This is the first wire, and this is the second wire. You always want to remember that when you're making like up and down doors. And also you want to put that at negative 500, and then you should be good. Yeah, you should be good. So now, if you don't want these things just in your base, you can make these invisible. But remember, you're gonna have to find them when you're gonna have to group them. And also, I turned the collision off, so it's like it's not even there, basically. So then you want to press Z. So then, okay, I see a lot of people get mixed up with this. In order to group things, you want to hold Shift, and then you click that item, like that. You hold Shift, and then click. And then you go, and you're still holding Shift. You want to hold Shift and then click, and then hold Shift, click. And now to group everything, you want to do Shift G. Shift G. You got to remember that. Shift G is to group it. And say if you made a mistake, to ungroup it, you do Shift U, and that ungroups it. So see? Shift U is to ungroup, Shift G is to group. So now that you've grouped everything, you want to say exactly this, exclamation point WC. And when you do that, it should say wired 1 connections. So now you have a door. Bam. See? Now the reason why it's going down so fast is, let me see. Oh yeah, because I changed it to 0.5. But yeah, this is how it is. But yeah, bam. So now I'm gonna show you how to make a door with like an extra button right here. I'll with like a button here. I'll just make another entirely different thing. So look, you have your regular block. Basically, make a regular door, but there's a twist to it. You want to add another 3 blocks. It's basically you're gonna have 3 blocks basically. So like that. So 3 like receivers and stuff. It's kind of confusing. It's not confusing actually. It's kind of just regular. You just got to get the gist of it. So I'm gonna make this diamond plated. I don't know. I feel like a diamond plated door is kind of perfect, but it's whatever. Up to you. You're making your base. So with these, it's like just act like you're making your regular door. You know, simple, just texture. Make sure it's front 1. This is the speed. Just leave it at 2 or whatever you want to mess with the speed. Then negative 500. Remember, always negative 500 when you're making wires. So this is 1. Then this is 2. Negative 500. And then, so now this where it gets a little bit tricky. Add a texture, and this isn't going to be 3. This is going to be 4. Because when you make the button, here, you'll understand when I make it, basically. So, but make this 4. Make this one 4. Make this one 4. Like, that is crucial. Make this block 4. So, yeah, and then negative 500. So, this is obviously the speed. You could tweak that to whatever you would like. So, now you want to make it a color that you could remember. It doesn't matter if you do this, anything. Make it a color that you're going to remember. Remember, you have to remember this color. You can't just make it any color because the button and this block specifically has to be the same color because, you know, it has to like, because if it's red and I make the button red, it's going to know which wire to go to. Because, like, if I make the button red, it's not going to go, it's going to make sure it's not going to a yellow wire or something like that. Or, like, just anything. It has to have, like, a receiver. Like, this is the receiver. And the button is, like, the main thingy. So, here. This is, you're going to be making your button. It's not hard at all. You can make a simple button. Not difficult at all. Where's cylinder? Okay. Make a cylinder. Make sure it's centered. Like that. And then flat all the way. And then you kind of want to make this smaller. I usually put my buttons at diamond plated. I like diamond plated a lot. I feel like it looks smooth and clean. Let me move this more into the sun. So now you want to move that like 1 or 2 increments. And then you want to make that smaller. You're probably going to have to move it. So change this back to plastic. Because it has to be the same thing as here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. If this was diamond plated, the button has to be diamond plated. Like anything you change this block to, it has to be the same thing as the button. So now we gotta make it red, and then you kind of want to make that like slightly bigger. All right, hold on, let me make it down. All right, that's perfect. So now that you have the button, you want to duplicate it and move it to the side. Move it to the side. So this part is also a little bit tricky. So listen to me carefully, and if you gotta replay the video, replay it. So you want to duplicate it again. So Shift C, move it up 1 increment. Shift C, move it up 1 increment, and then you should have 3 little red parts. So now you add texture, and this is going to be 1. Okay, 1. And then usually with the buttons, with this part, you kind of want to make it like 0.05, because if you leave it at 2 seconds, it's going to take ridiculously long to open the damn door, and it's so annoying. So with the buttons, okay, now this is going to be 2, so now you want to really change all the second, like this one, to 0.05. And then negative 500. I might have messed up on the. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, negative 500. And then add texture. And then this is going to be 3. And then you want to change it 0.05. And then negative 500. So then you should be good. You should have everything. Make sure all the textures are good. So this is going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, this is 1, 2, 3. And then that's 4 right there. So there. Now you want to make this invisible by pressing N. You want to go to like the gear part and make this. This is like the actual like material, and it's gonna make it invisible. And then also you want to turn the collision off, so it acts like it's not even there. So now you want to group everything. Shift G is to group. Now you have that. So now you want to make these things invisible. So 1, 1, and then you want to turn collision off. So then that's not even there. So then here, let me group this now. Now you want to say WC. Oh, okay. Now my bad. I forgot to group it. Now WC. Now don't group this with it yet. Don't group that. So yeah. And then I think that should be it. Now whatever you wanna. Bam. And that's instant too. That's an amazing button right there. Let me see. Yeah, that's perfect. So 0.05 seems to be perfect. So with the button, it's kind of strange because look, when you click it, it goes down. But you know that up to you. That's why you probably want to extend this part a little bit. But yeah, that's how you make a door with a button. And also another trick, if you want to add audio to your doors, like, okay, so when you're making like the little blocks, yeah, here, I'll ungroup it and show you. Okay, look. Let me make it so I can see it. In order to add audio to your block, so you want to add audio to the door. So here, let me hurry up and do this. Okay, look. You click it, and then you get your audio ID. You want to paste your audio ID right here into there. And you want to do it to this block and this block. And you should be good. So image versus image ID, that's when you want to put your audio ID. But yeah, that's how you make a door with a button. Did you see? Yeah, bam. Might work. Come on.